Hi with Jesse Hughes. You're going to be at, I'm going to say right, the Mint 400.
The Mint 400, yeah, it's a race.
Was the first, wait, did you say it was the first? I'm going to mess up the race name.
The first off-road, it really is the off-road race that started all off-road, everything that we know today that's dangerous and exciting and adventurous. The Roland Sand uniform mentality.
And so there's going to be a parade though Wednesday. You're going to be in the parade.
It's an opportunity to be in a parade without being a member of a marching band in middle school. And it's an opportunity to be in a parade without getting beat up at school the next day. And it's going to be rad.
I feel like you should be the Grand Marshal of the parade.
I want to be the Grand Marshal of the parade one day, and to ride in one of those like carriage-like cars where you sit high up in a stadium-style seat. I could totally see myself in a parade like that.
I can too. I don't understand why it hasn't happened already.
It's going to happen.
I know, it will happen. Okay, so Wednesday is the parade. Thursday you're playing.
Yeah. Eagles of Death Metal will be playing. That's, we were hired to come play there. And the owners of the race opened up this opportunity for me to race. And, this is a race that Steve McQueen has been a competitor in. James Garner. I mean, so many harbingers of cool have been a member of this this alma mater of racers, and the opportunity to get to add that to the old notch before I'm sleeping under a blanket of dirt is one I will not miss.
I think it's amazing that you're racing in it. I love it.
And it's a serious dune buggy that we're racing, like a Mad Max style Marauder vehicle or something. I feel like we need to.
But and then in April you'll be in Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah, which is really awesome because I love this place, and we have been away for a while, longer than I've intended to, and there's a great sense of urgency on both our part and the part of the fans. We can feel it, and it's a palpable sensation that is incredible, and it gives like a counting the days to Christmas effect, if you will, which good thing I'm terrible at math. Even though I've been doing a lot of something called methamphetamine, and it's a different kind of drug. It's for college students, and it's hitting the streets now, and nobody knows what it's going to do once it takes over the streets. People are going to start getting really good at math and accounting, and maybe checkbooks will be more likely to be. I don't know. Could have a devastating effect on the bad state of affairs.
Balanced checkbooks.
Which is really what we're trying to do with our participation in the Mint 400. I have pledged that after participating in this off-road race,
yes,
combined with the tour of Australia and New Zealand, we will probably achieve without any problem the goal of eliminating our dependency upon fossil fuels. We're going to go totally green. We are going to lay the groundwork to go totally green, and we think that we can do it with this race and our tour
combined.
I don't want to get into the minutia of every little detail of how we're going to do it, because that's kind of like our internal thing. I want you to trust me when I say that this is going to happen. So we're all really pretty happy about that over here. And
as you should. And
we also think that if we play our cards right, we're going to knock down the old globally warm chart by about a degree and a half. Buy us a couple more years. So there's no need for anyone to we're just doing our part.
You are, yeah, you're doing a good citizen.
But everyone's welcome for we bought a few more years. Florida, we bought a few more years for Florida before they're underwater.
Before they sink under the water.
So you're welcome, property values.
I mean, I just think you're an amazing human being. Personally.
Thank you, darling.
I have good taste.
Just trying to give back.
I mean, I really want you to make a movie. That's what
We're going to make a movie.
I know.
I think we're going to launch our showbiz careers in the movie facet. It'll be a great story about how, after a successful rock and roll career, and then you will be the great new Kathleen Kennedy of the production world and of the
right, Mike.
Kathleen Kennedy. I mean, what Spielberg films aren't big enough for you? They don't fucking up.
In closing, listen, one of the things I most admire about you is genuinely you're you, and which is very rare. Unfortunately, I feel like only 1% of the population is actually themselves.
Well, sometimes the person that someone really is an asshole.
Yeah, but
You know what I mean? And because everyone's trying to attract people in showbiz, they're putting on a facade that's meant to attract. And the disappointment invariably, even if a person isn't a bad person, they're a different person. It's not the person that they're selling you on. And I'm not able to do that.
are you really?
I feel like I was a werewolf my whole life. I just didn't see my first full moon till I was like 30. You know, some people are king because they were born into it, and some people pull the sword from the stone. And I like to feel like I pulled the sword from the stone. So
I love that.
I have a hereditary right. I'm a rock and roller. My mother was born in 1952 on September 4th in Toccoa, Georgia, 2 blocks from where James Brown was playing his first gig.
Really?
And I like to think some of the voodoo that he opened up and unleashed got into the womb of that fine lady and infected her genetics. And as a result of that, I have been able to be infected by that same thing. That's how I look at it. I believe that to be true, and I believe science will prove that. So,
I mean, I just think you're great. You're just you.
thank
You're
you,
just
darling.
you.
It's always a pleasure.
You're
I
just
want to be
you.
a regular fixture on your interview
Please,
show.
whenever you want, because I hope people like know you beyond the music, because you just I learn something new every time I'm here.
Let's organize wiffle ball games.
You know, why not?
Wiffle ball is an underrated sport. I'm just kidding. No, it's always a pleasure to sit down with you, darling.
You're
You're
the
a
best.
fabulous artist of the interview.
Oh.